Brexit increasingly feels like a man in his 50s getting divorced because he can't wait to get on Tinder and meet loads of 20-year-olds. This tweet suddenly started getting retweets and likes. People obviously were engaging with it. Very quickly it went up to 30, 40, 50, nearly 100 retweets. And then the replies started, right? And initially, most of the replies were simply explaining my joke back to me. Started with Mary. Yeah, and the 20-year-olds will want nothing to do with him. Yes, that is the joke, Mary. Yeah. You're absolutely right, that's the joke. Peter, but the 20-year-olds are going, yuck, no fucking way, mate. Still the joke. Tracy, the trouble is the 20-year-olds aren't interested. It was all in his head and groin. Does anyone else think that head and groin sounds like a specialist shampoo? Or maybe a craft ale pub in Shoreditch. Should we probably get a swift half of the head and groin? Let's do it, Tristan. Yeah, let's do it. Then this sort of explanations start getting a bit more sort of existential, right? Nick, 20-year-olds that don't exist. Josh, and those 20-year-olds are catfish profiles. Stephen, and all of those 20-year-olds are spam bots that don't exist. Scoob, only to find half of them are spam bots and the other half are Russian agents. I think these men have had some bad experiences on their day, so what do you think? Then some of the explanations started getting even more personal. Here's Liv. Spoiler, he learns the hard way that 20-year-olds don't like flaccid-skinned 50-year-olds unless cash is literally falling out of their pockets. How do you know this, Liv? It feels like a very detailed portrait, doesn't it? Then Jane, my ex did this. It was brilliant. He got hugely fat and lived in his mum's freezing attic. Great for exes, less so for the UK. That is literally a sitcom pitch, isn't it? I decided to stay out of it, because normally I'd reply and sort of get involved, but I thought, you know what, this is having such a big effect, I just want to see what happens. I'll be the pebble in the pond and let the ripples go where they are, and I'm glad I did that, because people started having conversations on the thread, started arguing and sort of chatting with each other. This is my favourite thread. Strap in for this one, right? I think it was started by a man in his 50s. So what do you think? Brackendale. Maybe she's a bully. And he just fancies making his own decisions about his own life. And as it happens, there is life in the old dog yet. Stuart. Or he's living on memories of his youth and ends up broke, isolated and lonely in a bedsit in the arse end of nowhere. Still, he now at least has the choice of Aldi or Lidl baked beans for his dinner. Smurf. Now wrong with Lidl beans, sir. Bill. Aren't Aldi and Lidl both German companies? Let's hope doing business in the UK doesn't become too expensive for them. Dr. K. Aldi are German. Lidl, Austrian, I think. I do think they both serve us better than Tesco or Walmart Asda. Stuart, you're spot on, they are both German. Although Adidas and Puma were set up by brothers, I don't know if Lidl and Aldi are the same. Christian, there is an Aldi North and an Aldi South. Two brothers. Stuart, I never knew that. But no link to Lidl? Christian, no, completely different. Zap, Aldi and Lidl, they're both German, aren't they? Yes, we've established that. Come on, Zap, pay attention, come on. Half pint, he's taken back control. Let the lion roar at his freedom of beans. Housemaid, can't even afford the good strong suicide rope now either, as he has to pay for the chairs he broke. I don't understand what any of that means. What is the good strong... Is that a thing you can buy in Lidl? Like strong suicide rope? Is that in the middle aisle? I don't understand. Finally, Sammy. In case your ignorance has blinded you, many already use Aldi and Lidl, and have been for years, due to poor wages associated with mass migration. So we're back to UKIP at the end, right? It was interesting. This trip was basically a sort of Rorschach test. If you thought that, you know, Brexit was good, then you saw good stuff in it. If you thought it was bad, you saw bad stuff in it. Some people started really applying it, I think, to their own lives. This is SFS. Divorce is utterly miserable for all involved. Both parties end up poorer, and the children suffer most. You need to go back to therapy, I suppose, right? Or this weirdo. Richard. Sex is totally time-dependent. Some made the best of it. Some watched others in action, while others regret missing the boat. Sex is totally time-dependent. That is a very odd voyeur. Anyway, I went to bed that evening with like over 1,000 retweets and over 2,000 likes. And I thought, this is absolutely incredible. Maybe overnight it'll go like double, also, who knows, right? And then overnight, I discovered when I woke up that I had been retweeted by J.K. Rowling, right? Yeah, exactly, who has 12 million plus Twitter followers, and many of them are mad. Right? So things after that went batshit crazy. I started being retweeted by everyone, all around the world. I did all sorts of people I'd never heard of, but loads of famous people too, like people I'd admired from afar. People like Duncan Jones, David Bowie's son, James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy until now, even 80s pop star Tanita Tikaram. And again, some of you might think, yeah, I put that in the wrong order, but I haven't, because I was a big fan of Tanita Tikaram as a kid. Like, I had a picture on my wall when I was like 10 years old, and I thought, God, if I could go back to the 10-year-old me and tell him that I had been retweeted by Tanita Tikaram because of something I said about Brexit, I wouldn't have understood any of the words in that sentence. And then, of course, various other things started happening. I started trending in London, which was bizarre. I was on one of the top trends. Several people told me I'd won the internet, which is great. It turns out you can't keep it. There's no cash prize. It was a bit disappointing. Then, like, the bad stuff started. Then the kind of nasty replies started happening. I started getting people being quite negative about it. First one was from Patrick. That possibly seemed funnier at your desk. I love the idea that I sit at like a mahogany desk. Like sort of with a quill pen composing my tweets. Oh, this will be a good one for the plebs. Fly, my pretty. Adrian, when do you start the comedy? Alex, Brexit is cool. Dean, is that your best satire? Yes, it is, Dean. Yes. Michael, I fear that comedy is not your forte. Stick to juvenile bigotry. I'm going to do both, actually, Michael. You know what? Shane, maybe he saw the way she was carrying on and ignoring his pleas for change. A marriage is a terrible analogy, by the way. Stick to comedy. Thumbs up emoji. I love the thumbs up emoji, totally undermining everything else he said, right? It started getting really, like, quite aggressive. I won't read all the nasty ones out, but if you want to find it, it's still on my Twitter feed. There are just dozens and dozens of people calling me a prick, basically. Probably one of the most interesting rebuttals came from Psychology Radio. Now, when I saw I got a tweet from them, I was like, oh, interesting, Psychology Radio. Ooh, sounds quite highbrow, and what they're going to come back with some sort of well-argued response. Their response was one word, knob. So... possibly my favourite little interaction was from David. David came onto my thing and said, comedian London liberal says it all. And then someone replied to him, yes, funny, cosmopolitan, nice. It was really sweet, yeah. It was like someone had dived in front of the bullet for me, wasn't it? Someone had attacked my heckler. It was cool. But my favourite response, because it was so strange, came from Judgment 252-56490, right? And Judgment said this, it's not that. It's more like murdering your wife and pinning it on the foreign neighbour so you can hook up with her niece that you helped raise. I didn't even know Woody Allen was on Twitter.